How's it going, guys? It's Rafi from Beyond the Huddle. Welcome to this week's Bitcoin Weekly Forecast. As always, we're going to take a look at the Commitment of Traders report to see what the asset managers have been up to this past week. Then we'll go ahead and take a look at the margin accounts and wrap it up with some price action analysis to see if we should be short-term bullish, long-term bullish, and so on. So let's get started. Okay, so getting started here with the Bitcoin contracts for the COT, we can see that an outstanding 3,013 long contracts were added by the asset managers. To say that these guys are long is an understatement, and a very measly 177 contracts were added to the shorts. You know, usually 177 contracts would be a lot, but obviously, as we were seeing here with the long contracts, I mean, that's just, again, absolutely wild. This is by far the most we've ever seen, and, you know, we're getting to experience it real time right here with you guys. So we're actually now 87% long when it comes to these asset managers positions. So as you can see right here, their percentage long is now 87. Last time we spoke about this, you know, as we've seen throughout the months, on October 17th, we were only 68% long, which is still, you know, remember, we want to be above 60% long. So that was still bullish anyway. But now we're, you know, 87% long, which is insane. Now, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is that even though these rallies in long, so if you see this right here, this big huge blue line right here, that is the longs that increased, and this is the all-time high in longs that they've ever had. You can attribute that to happening to the market growing, new players being interested, maybe more validity there is in this crypto market now, obviously, you know, more acceptance towards Bitcoin. But it should be noted that even though that's happening, obviously our net position is hitting a new all-time high, the longs are hitting a new all-time high, and the shorts are still within their range. I'm going to get rid of that real quick, or for now, because the important part here is that we have been this long before. Okay, so we're only, you know, 87-88% long, and we've been as high, as I mentioned in my previous video, as 98 or even 100% bullish, right? So now I also posted a picture, and basically the picture was talking about, you know, what has happened every single time that the percentage has been above, you know, 80-something% long. So we had this back here in April 2019. You can see that was that last push of the rally before the May high, or before the July high. Then we can see right here, after the COT told us to be bearish back then, right? And you can see that right here because we were net short. That's what the yellow going above the 60. And then right here, we quickly switched to what? The blue being above the 60, which means we're net long, and then we quickly hit, you know, upwards of 80%, and that led to the massive 500% rally. And that's why I'm saying, you know, if this, you know, unequalness of this large amount of lopsidedness to the bullishness has happened before, and look what has happened, you know, these type of rallies, what can happen this time? Can we hit, you know, upwards of 70, 80, 90, maybe even 100K like people were talking about? Well, maybe. We'll have to take it, you know, week by week and see what happens, but this is looking really good, guys. As I always say, we live and die by the COT, and I'm definitely liking the way it's looking. So that's what we have for the COT. Again, I'm going to try to keep these subsections quite short to make sure you guys have a nice concise video with a lot of action-packed, you know, information. So let's move on to the margin accounts. Okay, guys, so taking a look here at the margin accounts, we have the longs, the BTC USD longs, the shorts, and then the net position, which is the longs minus the shorts. Now, what we were talking about last time was expecting some sort of a bounce at this discount here for the net position, and then a move up to the quarterly, which would then translate to the same thing here on the longs. Right here, you can see we hit the discount, which was a demand zone right there on the weekly. And then we would potentially make a move up about 30% in these increase in these long positions to the quarterly open. Now, the reason for that is that in order for, now remember, we need to be very careful here, because while the market's hitting all-time highs in the actual prices, right, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on, the shorts are an all-time low. Okay, so the shorts being an all-time low, we said last week, was just not enough for the market to drop, though, right? We needed to trap some long people. So as the market went higher in spot prices, the derivative traders needed to get trapped, right? So what's going to happen is a bunch of derivative traders are going to ape into this move. You can see right here, for the past 4 weeks we've been going higher, and then, you know, if we can get a nice rally in, you know, about 15 to 20% more in these long positions, then maybe the short position will start to increase, and then we can get that move lower to burn all these leverage traders, right? So that's what we're thinking right there. Again, we're going to keep an eye on it. Now, another thing that could happen, which we'll keep an eye on as well, is we break below, we break above this quarterly open and we start making new all-time highs again. I don't really think that's going to be the case because we're in an all-time low in the short. So there has to be some sort of a shakeout for these longs, right? So I'm expecting when this increases, then the shorts will take over, increase, go above the quarterly open, the yearly open. And that will be this, you know, those massive drops where we get in the middle of a bull market. We'll have these 20 to 30% retracements that only last a couple days, maybe a week or two. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this, guys, but be very, very attentive to the fact that we are seeing an increase in longs. So if people start aping in with large leverage and they start getting crazy, we will have a shakeout because the shorts are an all-time low. Okay, so let's move on to the price action, and then let's see what we can get done there. Okay, guys, so to wrap this video up, we're going to be going here through some price action. And remember, when we made this tweet right here was on, what is this, November 5th, and the idea was that, you know, again, I drew this vertical line here, and I was showing to you guys, you know, what happened every time that we hit these levels, and we were expecting some, you know, massive rallies. Now, in order to even start that massive rally, we had to hold this purple zone. Now, why do we have to hold that purple zone? Because that's our long-term level. So this swing low to this swing high, you can see right here, we hit it perfectly. We moved away from it. And then the idea that I told you guys on Twitter was that we had to then maintain above this one. We finally were able to do so near the end of the week, which meant what? As soon as we started this week, boom, nice straight move higher. And now obviously we're just targeting the all-time high, and then we're expecting, you know, new higher highs and so on. I don't like to give many targets to the upside if we're in price discovery, because that's just as easy as drawing a fib and then you know, doing an extension, and there's, you know, anyone can do that. So that's why I'm much more interested in what levels need to get respected. Now, the zone that I'm looking at this week to get respected stays the same one as last week. So that actually means, guys, that even if Bitcoin retraced all the way down here, we would actually still be bullish, right? Because remember, it's until we go below our weekly level and then our monthly levels that we start to get worried. So right here you can see, and let's delete this one. Right here you can see that we're still bullish. There we go. So right here you can see that we're still going to be bullish even with a 6% drop in Bitcoin. Okay, so now obviously we don't really want to see that. We'd rather take the all-time high, and keep moving higher, and then definitely stay above the weekly open. But this, you know, tells you what levels you should be interested in and looking at and so on. So yeah, again, there's not much to say there. The big thing here is just the CLT absolutely disgustingly crazy to the long side, and we should just be, you know, sitting back and finding you know, any altcoins that can outperform Bitcoin, which by the way Misha will be doing tomorrow. We'll be going over some altcoins that we're interested in, you know, maybe Ethereum, which we're still in, and then some other ones. And then, you know, we're going to keep following this week in and week out. So hopefully, you know, we hit that big, huge rally that we've all been waiting for. And finally, now that the stars have aligned and we're finally 80% plus bullish here, like for the asset managers, we can get some nice trending moves in these markets. So with that being said, guys, I'll see you next week. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, share it with friends and family, and I'll see you later. Peace.